Hey, I'm Mike Baccarella with GuitarBreakdown.com, here to show you a Jimmy Herring lick. This lick comes from the first Project Z record, and the track is called The Gus's Ankle. So let's get started. I'm not going to walk through this lick note for note, but a link to a transcription of the lick will be provided in the description below. All right, so this lick that Jimmy Herring plays over the solo, the whole solo takes place over a static C7 harmony, C13, C9, whatever you want to do with it. And obviously he plays a lot with it. The majority of the solo is played out of, or at least that first part of the solo is played out of a minor pentatonic blues scale situation. So the first part of this lick starts on the flatted fifth of the scale and just walks up the scale and back down. So that's all just C blues right there. This next part of the lick, he does something that's very interesting. So what he does, here's the notes. And that's obviously pretty outside sounding compared to the rest. And what he's doing is Jimmy's going up a minor third and playing a minor pentatonic on the flatted third, or the sharp 9 of the key. And so when you do that, you end up with, if you play it all in the 8th position, you get E flat minor pentatonic, you get a flat 9, sharp 9, flat 5, sharp 5, and a flat 7. So you get the altered scale without the third and the root. So Jimmy does that for just a split second, just to raise the hairs on the back of your neck, and then brings it right back to the blues. So here's the lick again slowly. Now that last little thing he does there, there's 3 variations that Jimmy would do all the time with an idea like this. That's kind of the Stevie Ray Vaughan kind of thing that Jimmy did a lot, for a long time with ARU, to kind of do those kind of licks. At different times in his career, he might do something like this, where he just slides up a minor third and then does a slight bend at the end, which is very influenced by Derek Trucks and a lot of those kind of slide players that Derek introduced him to. And so another thing he would do, especially during this Project Z era, 1999 to 2001 kind of time period, he would bend the note up a whole step rather than slide, and then slide the bend up. And get an interesting slide sound that way. And then he finishes the lick with this little bend thing where he does a half-step bend. That's a big part of Jimmy's playing, is half-step bends. He goes. All right, I'm going to show you the lick again really slowly, but this time with some more gain on it, so you can hear how it sounds in context. Now with a little more gain, I will show you what some of those bends and sliding ideas sound like. Here's the first one, which is kind of this SRV kind of thing. And an important part of this is to, when you get up to that minor third, give it a little bit, almost not even a quarter step, just like the hint at a bend almost, The next lick has the same idea, where we're gonna slide with both of those licks, but still you want to give the second note a little bit of a bend afterwards. That's an important part of that. The third option is to bend and then slide the bend, which that one takes a lot of practice to get in tune and to pull. Just sliding the slide is awkward at first. So and bringing it back up and trying to get it to scream like that. All 3 of these ideas can be explored quite a bit. These are a huge part of Jimmy's playing. I mean, all the cool notey stuff he does is one thing, but one of the biggest parts of Jimmy that you can always hear that's Jimmy Herring is his vibrato and his nuances on his expressions and the way he hits the notes. And these 3 ideas are something that come up all throughout his playing, from Aquarium Rescue all the way up until Widespread Panic now. So now we're going to take a second and show you the concept of this lick and how to incorporate it more in your playing as well. I feel an important part of whenever you learn a lick is to not just get a lick under your finger, because that's cool and all, and it's cool to use them, but to also analyze what the idea is behind it. And so the idea behind this one, this is a fairly simple concept. We're going to do this in I'm going to demonstrate how to use this in your playing in the key of A minor rather than C minor. And this would be something that you should explore in every key. There's 12 of them, you know, and really explore it so it can become something that is organically yours and not just an idea you ripped off of Jimmy Herring. So the idea is the whole thing kind of comes out of pentatonic, blues scale kind of idea, you know, either or. And then you go up a minor third and you play that minor pentatonic. Now you could simply just, you know, take the idea and shift it up a minor third. You know, you get some cool, interesting outside sounds that way. That can be cool for some contexts. It might sound a little forced in some situations. One thing I think is really good, and a great way to get more acquainted with your fretboard as well, is to learn both scales in one position so you can see how all the notes are available to you at any given time. You know, so just running up and down A minor pentatonic, this scale we all know. You know, in that same position, can we do C minor pentatonic? You know, it would be the position below that. I don't know which box form it would be, but when you have them really close to each other like that, you have the ability to grab them much quicker because they're right there under your fingers, you know. Not to say that moving around is bad, it just depends on context. Does the music you're creating at that moment need you to move? And if it does, go for it. If it doesn't, don't do it because you have to. Do it because you want to. So, you know, we could take an easy idea, you know, something. Just going back and forth between the two different scales, and then try to hear melodies within that, you know? I mean, if you can take a sequence, you know, and just move it through that. You know, or that works really well with moving as well, you know? You know, and you can keep moving. Explore this in every position you can so you have this available to you at all different times. So you, rather than having to think about it, you can just kind of hear where it is, you know? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for checking it out. If you want more Jimmy Herring stuff, let us know in the comments below. There's a lot more information we have to give if you guys want it. Please share the video. Give us a thumbs up, like us. There's plenty more stuff on GuitarBreakdown.com, and you can also check me out on my website at www.mikebaccarelamusic.com. Thank you.